ダメだねダメよダメなのよあんたが好きで好きすぎてどれだけ
Oppa Gundam style. Welcome to Wow Cool Robot. It's a Gundam podcast. I'm your host Sarah. I use she her pronouns.
And I'm Max, and I use he him pronouns.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I've been playing a fuckload of Elden Ring first and foremost, but I've also been building a Barbatorus.
A Barbatorus. Damn, Barbatorus got 4 legs now?
Yeah, no, that is literally the thing I'm building.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's a kit from, they did like a little like tiny YouTube like OVA type thing.
A 4-legged Barbados. Barbados in the Uma Musume Derby anime, the horse girl anime.
Yeah. I'm sending the image post haste. This is like the main sort of headliner kit.
Those anime girls getting trampled underfoot. Oh my god, this is sick. This is Ravana to me. This is Ravana Final Fantasy 14 to me.
Little bit.
Oh my! It's got the fucking tail too, like the dog in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
Yeah, it was a bit bladeable with it.
Exact. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
that's sick.
So before we started recording, I asked you the question of, did you like it this week?
Yeah, and I did like it. Of course, I liked it a lot. But the thing is that like Gundam, from an outsider perspective, and like I have seen I've seen 1.5 series of Gundam, not counting what I've covered on this, not counting what we've covered on this podcast, and like Gundam has a really sad reputation, and
yes.
I don't want to act like the deaths in 0079 didn't faze me, because like some of them did. Like Kai's girlfriend dying, like getting shunted off the plane
was
a really
fucking rough.
That was a real like. Did you ever read Catch-22 or watch Catch-22?
Nope.
There's a thing that I think about a lot from that book. It's like the near the end of the book. It's just the entire book has like these reference, like the entire book is told completely out of order, and there's these references to Snowden's secret throughout the entirety of it. Mm-hmm. And when we get to the end of the book, we get the scene of this Snowden, this guy dying, and Snowden's secret is that just that, you know, man is meat. If you light him on fire, he will burn. If you throw him out a window, he will, you know, die.
Sure.
Like the fragility of the human body. Uh-huh. And like Kai's girlfriend just like so unceremoniously dying like that in such a like shit luck way really has stuck with me. But like aside from that, none of the deaths that I've encountered in Gundam really like had a real sad effect on me. Like I was like bummed when Ryu, was that his name in 79?
Yeah,
big
that
guy.
was Ryu.
Yeah, I was definitely bummed when he went, but like, I don't know, I didn't feel a super strong weight behind that. This episode though,
a character felt a weight, to be sure.
Yeah.
The weight of a Kirk hammer.
The weight of the Kirk hammer.
Cadell coming in with that visceral attack.
He charged that R2.
Oh yeah. Oh, God,
that one Tumblr post voice, he fucked that old R2.
Yeah. Well, without...
That's what I say when I see C3PO in A New Hope. He fucked that old R2.
Did fuck that R2. Okay. You want to get into it, Sarah?
Yeah. So we start with episode 10. A letter from tomorrow. The Tekadon crew have received some videos from their families. Some are more warmly received than others, though, as Cudelia's mother has sent her a missive requesting that she return home, saying that her dad misses her oh so badly. Tekadon and the Turbines discuss their flight plan for getting to Earth, and Orga is informed that there'd be a liaison from Teiwaz to stay on board, Maribit Stapleton, the woman who gave a puking Orga his hanky last week. We get some of Atra's backstory and find out the hard streets that she came up on and how she met Mikazuki and got that job at Haba's shop that we saw her working at in the first episode. As Akihiro and Takaki head out on patrol, Akihiro reminisces about the brother that he had and how he hasn't seen him since they were sold to separate owners as human debris. Suddenly, a fleet of mobile suits ambush them, coming dangerously close to killing both of them, but thankfully Mikazuki is there to save the day at the last possible second by driving his sick-ass katana into the hull of this mobile suit.
This is 1,000 times folded Teiwaz steel.
Yeah, yeah. he killed that freak on the stairs outside his Firelink shrine.
Yeah, God, that guy, that fucking, you know, when you see a guy with just like wrinkled ass skin, a diaper, and a katana, you're gonna have a rough time.
It's like seeing, like, I really like the fact that they did that, like, as a real mirror of what it's like to encounter, like, an online invader like that.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you see a naked online invader, you are gonna get your shit kicked in.
You know, you are not coming out of this one
they've
alive.
got like a plus 15 ogre club or whatever.
Yeah, some fucked up like that. But this episode is quite nice. I like it. I like the episodes where they get to chill for the most part. And this is just like, this is the fucking, like, Skype correspondence episode, really.
Yeah. Dexter Calastor Skypes into the bridge to say, hey, we got some support from Tewaz. Gellerhorn hasn't shown up, and like the kids in the background are like jumping into frame like the Edakuns and Dakaras in Metroid Fusion.
It's so nice.
When I played that game as a kid, I would just like sit on that screen and watch that little picture-in-picture of the Edakuns and Dakaras. That 4-second looping GIF. I would just watch that for so long. It's so cute.
You love to see an alien emu and an alien, I guess, like some sort of monkey. A lemur, perhaps?
I kind of interpreted I kind of thought the little guys were like koala-esque to me.
Yeah, they're a bit marsupial with it, sure.
Yeah.
They're funny little guys.
Nice to just have a reminder that Dexter Calastor. Nice to just have a reminder that I am not wasting brain space remembering the name Dexter Calastor.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that, like, despite him not being allowed to leave, he seems to, like, he seems in good spirits, you know? Like, he's clearly like, oh shit, okay, the kids who are employing me actually are bringing in money, so I'm safe here.
Yeah, and they're probably treating him better than Marba was.
I believe it, yeah. Biscuit, like, he gets a Skype from his sisters, and he sort of takes it privately because Orga mentions, like, one of them is like, hey, why is Biscuit taking it, in his room? And Orga says, well, it's because he knows that not everyone on the ship has family. So it's, he's like being nice and conscientious.
Were these Skype calls, or were these like videos that were sent? Because I interpreted this as like a video letter being sent to the members of Tekaba.
It's that. I'm calling it Skype.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I hadn't like I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss, because like if it had been like a two-way call, that like I would have been like, damn, Biscuit didn't say a fucking thing to Cookie and Cracker. Kind of
yeah,
cold.
He's in his head about it. It's nice. Eugene as Biscuit, like,
he's trying to speak to them through new type, but he doesn't know that doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah, exactly. As he walks off and he takes his call, and it's nice. Cookie and Cracker doing well. Eugene says, "I don't want any family messages. I just want messages from my love.
I need kindness and love from a woman." And Shino keeps saying that Eugene just had his first experience.
He calls him like Mr. Popped Cherry or something. What?
Did Eugene fuck?
I think Eugene canonically fucked. I don't know if we get to find out whom, though. I mean, let's be real. I'm doing the fucking
ASAP Rocky, like, Pac fucked Madonna face. Like, Eugene fucked? Eugene didn't fuck. Eugene fucked?
Eugene fucked.
Have you seen that video? The ASAP Rocky noisy interview from, like, 2012, maybe?
I feel like I saw it when it came out, but...
It's so fucking good.
Yum.
This is sheer incredulity that he delivers. Pac fucked Madonna? Pac didn't fuck Madonna. Pac fucked Madonna?
Eugene fucked Orga?
Now that I believe.
Fuck Orga.
No incredulity about that.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, it checks out. Checks out. Sure.
Our two captains are clapping each other's cheeks, as is their right.
Yeah, exactly. I am saluting them. It's their ship. They can do what they want.
Yes, their ship.
Your ship?
Eugene says he would rather receive a video. It sounds like a drill treat. Like, instead of receiving a message from my family, I would love to receive a letter from a beautiful woman. Like, honestly, not drill treat, a Tony Zarrett post. Like, can the lads relate to this one?
Exactly. Oh, fuck. Tony Zarrett poster is so good, but Shino doesn't even want that. He wants Booba. He wants the
oppai that are right in front of him.
And like Eugene and Shino start arguing about this, and Orga's like, "Hey, fucking come on."
I also like Eugene saying that Eugene says he needs kindness and love from a woman.
And Orga's like, "Am I not good enough? I give you kindness and love, Eugene."
Listen, listen, Orga has a lot of love in him, I'm sure. Kindness does not, I do not think that Orga is a particularly unkind man, but kind is not a word I would use to describe him immediately.
It's more like, it's like a fatherly kindness, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as Biscuit takes his call, Takaki walks in, who has a call from his little sister named Fuka, and I love that, like,
they have the same hair?
They have, like, the same, like, bleached hair that got grown out halfway, so it's, like, black at the roots and, like, yellow at the tips. Yeah. I just like that that's, like, somehow hereditary for them.
Yeah. There's a Jujutsu Kaisen character who has hair like that. It's very funny. Actually, wait, no. I think that character has, like, black at the tips, blonde at the... I gotta look at this right now, because this guy has fucked hair.
Who's this guy?
His name's Naoya Zenin. He's not in the show. Yeah. He's got blonde as a base, and then, like, black at the fringe. Like, here, I will send you an image of him.
I see it. This rules.
Like,
I like it.
So what this tells... I don't know how he got his hair. How could you possibly get your hair like this? It also like, it has been confirmed that he is a natural, like, he is black. His hair is black naturally. Like, the blonde is a dye job.
Damn,
that's some precision dyeing.
That is a very unique curse power he has.
Jujutsu Kaisen manga good. This guy's gonna show up in season 2 of the anime, and this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah. Tremendous.
Like, the funny thing about Jujutsu Kaisen is that, like, there will be, like, you know, mass murderers, like, serial killers, like, everything, but they're kind of sexy with it, but then this misogynist shows up, and everyone's like, oh, we hate you.
Unproblematic, no one likes, no one's fave. Just problematic all throughout.
Yes. Boo, yes, and then we hate your hole.
We hate your hole. Let's see. So yes, it's a nice Takagi backstory. He's working with Tekadon to save up money to send Fuka to, like, a proper school because she's in an orphanage now.
I cannot fucking believe that Takagi made it through these episodes alive after this.
Yeah,
like,
he was waving big flags.
This is primo, like, oh, but I can't wait to retire tomorrow and go live with my ailing mom who needs all my money that I'm gonna save and pull out of the bank tomorrow.
Yep. Despite the circumstances, he fucking made it.
Yeah.
Kudelia also gets a call, a message from her mother, and she's, like, straight up turns it off halfway because it's just her mom asking her to go home, and she's like, does she not realize that my father literally wants me dead?
Yeah.
Seems bad.
She also apologizes to Fumatan for getting her involved in this shit, and, like, I'm just clapping like a seal anytime Fumatan gets to say or do anything, which is not very often.
She's nice. She's just like, you know, hey, this is my job. But she's not saying it, like, begrudgingly. She's saying it like, no, it's just, like, her duty. She's devoted to Kudelia.
Yeah, I think the thing that kind of frustrated me with these episodes is that, like, I don't want to see... Well, okay. I would love to see Kudelia behind the wheel of a mobile suit, but, like, I don't need to see that to feel satisfied with this character. I just feel like every episode, Kudelia is just, like, feeling forlorn about something. Someone tells her, stop apologizing to everyone, and then she, like, shows up at the end and is like, oh, okay, I feel a bit better now. And then repeat same thing next episode.
She
and, like,
forgot everything she learned.
I just wish that, like, I feel like we're going in circles with her a little bit. Like, it feels like we're getting really good stuff for, like, you know, a lot of the like, a lot of great, you know, obviously Orga, Mikazuki, a lot of really good Eugene, Biscuit stuff. But, like, it kind of, like, Atra even, but, like, it just feels like Kudelia is going in circles a bit as a character. And Fumatan also doesn't get to do much because Kudelia, like, Fumatan is attached to Kudelia at the hip. And if Kudelia does not progress, then Fumatan really doesn't get to do much of anything.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, like, Kudelia definitely, like, sort of spins her wheels in the beginning of the show, but, like, as the show progresses, she gets a lot more. Yeah,
I believe it. I fully believe that the show is going to live up to the reputation that it has for me eventually. It's just this start is a little bit rockier than I expected.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm really starting to feel like an emotional core. Like, I'm really starting to feel an emotional core about it with these episodes. Like, there was a lot of stuff in this that felt very designed to tug at my heartstrings, but, like, honestly, I'll take that over what I'd been getting for the last 9 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, and again, like, the first 9 episodes were not bad. I just felt like a sort of, like, lack of emotional investment that these episodes really brought to the table for me.
Yeah, I think it's just sort of, like, as, like, the show's starting to, like, settle in to how it wants to be. So,
I think
since
also,
we're at double digits now.
Last episode that we did also a great emotional like moment. They just them going to the farm. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but this like them on the farm was a really nice moment. That would have been the week before, I think. But anyways,
yeah, there are good emotional moments.
Yeah, there are.
We cut to the Hammerhead. They're meeting with Naze, and he's like explaining to them how to steer the ship.
And you know what he's explaining it on?
Yeah, I think he's a fan of Game of Thrones.
He's a fan of television program Game of Thrones because Naze Turbine is explaining everything on his floor map.
Did you know Cersei was Gundam?
Did you know Cersei was Barbados? Cersei was Alaya Vignana.
I love this shit. I fucking love sci-fi maps. I love maps of any sort. And this is just
is so like the thing that like we get like one instance of this, but like Naze uses his like the toe of his shoe to like draw a circle on the map or something. It's so apparently. Good.
I love it. It's a map of the Ariadne system that Gjallarhorn uses, and they basically have to sort of fly through the gaps in it so they don't get picked up, which is a little strange. I guess like they could use Ariadne to communicate, but it actually like picks up the ship itself.
Right, so it pings it.
Yeah, so, if they get pinged, Gjallarhorn will get them. The only problem is space pirates like to hang out in the spots between Ariadne as well, so it'll be a little bit dangerous. And he also introduces them to a sort of like Tewa's liaison who's there to oversee operations because...
Well, hold on. Sorry, before that, two things. One, I just really noticed Amita's big-ass scar across her chest. I don't think anything else further I say about this matter would get me prosecuted in a court of law, but I digress. No horny on podcast. But also, Naze eats a big bite of cereal and says, I doubt anyone would any of the pirate-like gangs that pass through these routes would pick a fight with us.
Yeah. God.
But yeah, then we find out like Murder Barris and Selmy sent a supervisor from Tewas to hang out on board the Isaribi, like as a liaison and also like a keep an eye on these kids.
Because they are kids.
They are kids, yep. It's Maribeth Stapleton from the last episode.
Maribeth Stapleton. A very good name.
Great name. She's the woman who gave Orga a hanky while he was puking.
And he like doesn't really remember her at first.
Yeah, he was too schlitzed.
And then he realized like, oh no. This is embarrassing for me.
Oh no.
Oh no. And she just like doesn't care. She just goes and shakes his hand. She's she's very graceful with all these kids, like she's like, I know I like jokingly say MILF City whenever she shows up, but like she is a genuine, like very nice mother figure to them all. Yeah. Like she's able to put up with all this bullshit the kids throw at her.
She looks like Atra plus 30 years.
A little bit. She has like
similar hair structure. Similar hair color.
Like, less spiky, but she's like nice and blonde.
Yeah, she doesn't have she doesn't have the vents that Atra, she's gonna overheat if she's not careful.
Yeah.
She's wearing the Hillary Clinton. She's wearing a Hillary Clinton pantsuit. Looks nice.
Yeah, I was literally
even 300 years after the Calamity War, it's nice to see the people that are still # with her.
Yeah. God. And she already like immediately begins just like overseeing operations. At some point, she asks Eugene for a favor, and he's like, "Yes, ma'am." Like he's very excited, and she's like, "Where's Orga?" And he's very sad because
it's really good because like it's immediately after like it's immediately after Eugene scolds like the younger kids for being like, "Oh, Maribeth's so hot. Oh, I'm watching her," and Eugene's like, "Quit fucking staring, dipshits. Get out of here." And then he just like goes full goo eyes as soon as she's like, "Can you help me?"
It's great. And of course, he just has to point her towards Orga, so he's very sad about that.
Yeah.
And she meets with Orga in the elevator, and she like awkwardly runs in and like bumps into his chest. But Orga's like extremely standoffish about her because he effectively is like, "I know you basically sent here to spy on us. Like, were you spying on us that night too?
At pub sometimes.
Pub whenever the fuck." And she says no.
Sure, pub fuck it.
Yeah.
Pub, yeah, why not tonight?
That's good. She says no, of course, but he doesn't believe her, and he's just like, "You know what? Like, none of it matters. This is my ship. We're gonna go by my rules." And she just like, "I can tell you don't like me," and he just fucking walks off. It doesn't matter.
He says he doesn't like it, but he's gonna follow orders. The kids in the kitchen are arguing about who is hotter between Cordelia and Maribeth, like the little kids. And as they run off, Atra's like, "I guess I'm just fucking chopped liver.
I'm just a poorly chopped cucumber."
She's only 3 apples tall. They can't think of her as someone who's of equal age to Kudelia.
Oh, she's just one of the guys.
She's one of the guys, and she's also so goddamn small.
Yeah.
She's 1 foot tall.
The smallest known organism on the ship. Kudelia shows up now, and it's a very nice moment of Kudelia and Atra.
Yes, there's so like the I have a lot of qualms with the fact that a majority of Atra's scenes are with Kudelia and a majority of Kudelia's scenes are with Atra. Like excluding their solo scenes, like I think setting aside scenes where they're alone, I think number 1 is like Kudelia with Atra, and Atra's most common scene is with Kudelia, maybe with Mikazuki. And I'm very of two minds about. I have my qualms about it them being just like smacked together for scenes so often, but also
they're good scenes.
It's pandering to my shipping brain. It's good scenes. I'm not too mad about it.
It's good scenes. Yeah, like this scene specifically is like Kudelia asking Atra, "Hey, do you have parents?" And she says no. And we get her full backstory here.
Yeah, she worked at like a gentleman's club, and she was too young to be sexual, so she just did chores and fucked up a lot and got scolded every time. She's the
Cinderella, and everyone fucking hated her guts.
This is such like a weird angle to swing at like sex workers from.
Yeah,
like I'm used to them like being portrayed poorly in media, but this of them being like, oh, they're so cruel to this like little kid.
It's like that's a bridge too far, I think.
Like, to what end? Like, there's no reason for them to do this, to be like this to her. Like, the boss is shitty to her, sure, but, like, no way these people are, like, more in line with... No way these people who are working at a gentleman's club are more in line with their boss than they are with the 10-year-old that works there. Come on.
But, like, she just got so abused there that she eventually just ran away one night, and she's, like, on the streets, and she's having a rough go of it, and we, like... cut to like it's like the street in Creasy during the day, and she's just like sitting on a doorstep, and across is Mika. Baby Mika eat a sandwich.
He's eating a sandwich and getting like we're getting ASMR from it.
Yeah, he's like
the lip smacking sound effects on this are unpleasant.
Yeah, not great. And the first thing he says is, "I'm not going to share with you." As he continues to, this is like a sandwich the size of his head too. He's like fucking Shaggy Rogers with it.
He says, "No, you can't have any of my Sammy," and she says, "I'll work hard to get my Sammy."
Yeah, and he like runs into the shop where I know
Haba.
You got the Haba. He walks in and he like gives Haba like all of his money. He's like, "Hey, I don't know what this can buy, but that girl out there is like she's passing out. I don't think she's eaten." So that's like how she got hired there, and she gets a nice sandwich for herself, and like that's the story. So like Mika effectively saved her life, which is why she's so close to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice. It's like I mean, all the sex worker part fucking sucks. Like the
I like this. This backstory is very good. Just a weird asterisk on all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. It just feels. Sorry. Okay. I don't have anything new to say about it. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna. I'm just gonna fucking walk in circles, being mad about this, if we keep staying here.
So afterwards, Kudelia's like, "Oh my god, I'm so fucking sorry," and Atra's like, "No, it's okay. Like, I'm happy here. I have a family now."
Mm-hmm.
And Atra sort of naively, like, because Kudelia mentions that her own father wants her dead, and Atra's like, "That's not right. Maybe it's just a misunderstanding."
That's got to be a mistake. Fathers should love their daughters.
Yeah, that's what it says so when you sign the father contract when you have kids, right?
And then she's like, well, if nothing else, you're part of the Tekadon family. And then she, like, has a thing in her mind that's just, like, this made me laugh. I genuinely liked this, honestly.
The way she comes to this conclusion is great.
She's like, wait, if Kudelia and I are part of the same family, that means that we're gonna be, like, as she's having these thoughts, like, we see Naze standing on his own, then Naze surrounded by, like, Laughter, Ozzy, and Amida, and then Naze surrounded by, like, all of his wives holding babies. And then we get one more transition, which is Kudelia and Atra holding babies standing on both sides of Mikazuki. And I was like dreading her coming out of this being like, no, this would be awful. But then she's like, wait, no, okay, everyone's happy like this. Okay, yeah. Actually, this is good.
She's like, all right, Kudelia, let's do our best. Ganbate, and just runs off.
Yeah. Like, get this love triangle shit out of here. Thank you.
It's so fucking good. Like this is again, like as the show will
they actually get this love triangle shit out of here? I would be very surprised if they got this love triangle shit out of here. But in the moment, I was excited.
In the moment, it's fucking great. I love it. So after this scene, we cut over. Akihiro's like getting out of the simulator, and after Laughter notices that he's a lot less reckless in his fighting this time, and she's like, "Oh, it's like he has a goal in mind now. He's changed."
Yeah.
What could
he's got a game plan. He's playing towards the end game. He's not just randomly throwing, Dracozolt in front of an earthquake.
Mm-hmm. He's thinking, he's thinking, there we go. There's our mandatory Pokemon reference of the week. I
personally love to throw Dracozolt in front of Earthquake. You tank this one, bud. You got this.
He has that dumpy for a reason.
He's got that dumpy for a reason.
So he's like about to go out on patrol, and Takaki runs up. He's like, "Hey, take me! I've been going to simulation too. Like, I'm ready for this." So Akihiro heads out, and Takaki's like towed behind him in a worker. Seems horrendously unsafe, but whatever.
It's fine. Nothing bad happens as a result of this.
Certainly nothing bad will happen. As if like fucking on cue, he starts talking to Takaki about his brother. Because, everyone's talking about family this week. And he mentioned, he's Akihiro. His younger brother's named Masahiro. And they were in a family that was like part of this merchant ship fleet. So they were working on the ships. And we get a flashback of little baby Akihiro and Masahiro. I like baby Akihiro. He looks he's just a little guy.
Mm-hmm. Little baby Akihiro is so small.
He's so small, but he has the spiky hair and the bushy eyebrows.
Yes, his brother also has really bushy eyebrows.
Yeah, it's hereditary. I love it.
It's cute.
But of course, nothing gold can stay. One day they're raided by pirates. All the adults were killed, including their parents, and they got separated when they were, converted to human debris, effectively. And he says that he hasn't seen any signs of Masahiro since, and if he was alive, he'd be about Takaki's age, so 13.
There's, we did find out Takaki's age canonically in this one. Also, he mentions a couple times that he had forgotten Masahiro.
Yeah,
which is like there's one thing for it to be like he also later says that he had like written off Masahiro as dead, which is a very different thing than like forgetting him to me. And maybe to him he considers it one and the same, like because he's like that's how he sees it. Like we see Akihiro does not exactly have a great outlook on a lot of things in his life, and so maybe to him he considers like accepting him as dead as moving on from him. This is like a I don't want to, God, fucking Sarah every week be like, okay, A, Pokemon, B, I have a Higurashi point I could make here, but I'm not going to because it's spoilers.
Pull the string on your back. Which 3 media franchises will you reference this time?
Yeah, those two are like ReZero, and that's it. That's what you get from me.
But,
I also already referenced Jujutsu Kaisen, so
Yeah, we're covering all our bases here.
Exactly.
So he's like, well, he's probably dead, whatever. And fucking on cue, they're attacked by space pirates. Surely his brother won't be alive and part of this raiding party. It's impossible to say. But do you like these little guys? Do you like these new mobile suits?
I love them. They're so chunky and round.
They're called Man or Mon. I'm going to say Man Roadie is what they're called. Like, they mentioned somewhere they're a roadie frame, but the suit itself is called the Man Roadie. It's just a little funny little frog.
Yes, I want one so
They're
bad.
so round and chungular, and it's just like it's funny, right? They have the sort of Zaku colors, but they're not the Zaku of the series. That's the grays, but they still have this really cool it's like a 3 triangles next to each other as like their quote unquote mono eye. It's a very striking design.
Yeah, I also really like the legs, like the feet have imagine if like a stiletto heel was just like the heel on both sides.
Yeah. That's what I love about it, too. It's like, these are for space use. You don't need feet in space. You can just have a big thruster, and you're good. Yeah.
This one looks sick. I love this guy.
But they attack.
I just... you know what? You remember how I said my favorite Eva robot is Jet Alone?
Uh-huh.
I just saw a different roadie, a Landman roadie that looks...
Landman roadie that has the exact same color scheme.
Can I get a Landman roadie, Gunpla?
I believe they made them.
Let me... Oh, shit.
Let's see.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're a bit expensive now.
$137.
Whew, that's more than they're worth. Yeah, the problem is you have to buy it as part of a set with a different robot too, and that jacks the price up.
Yeah. I'll have you one of these days, Landman Brody. Anyways.
Sounds like a name. Anyway, as they attack, Akihiro's like retreating.
Akihiro's getting his ass beat by 3 grazes.
Yeah, and like right before he's about to get like completely axed by one, the end of the show theme plays, and Barbatos busting through. Mika shows up at the very last moment, the 11th hour, and this
with his Uchigatana.
Which he's dual handing that Uchi. He fucking cuts through. This is like capital B Barbatos. This is Barbatos' 4th form. This is like Barbatos like restored to how it originally was. It has like the shoulders and everything now. Looks fucking dope as hell. I love it.
Yeah, because when they set off, like Akihiro and Yukinojo, or not Akihiro, Mikazuki and Yukinojo had to stay behind to stay and work on the Barbados, like we saw at the end of the last episode. Well, sorry, before that, I just want to note that the next time on of episode 10 was given to us by a character named Chad Chadden.
Yeah, that Chad Chadden's one of the main Tekadon boys. I think he does a lot more in season 2 than season 1, but like
I have no idea who this. I'm gonna close my eyes real quick and type Chad Chadden into my browser so that I do not see like Chad Chadden death or Chad Chadden kills Orga or something. I
can be the intermediary.
Oh, this guy. Okay, yeah, this guy. Okay, yeah.
We like Chad.
Okay, I do like him. I'd never heard him referred to by name. I enjoy to see him. I enjoy him. His name's fucking Chad Chadden, though. Like,
he's double chatted up.
He's double chatted up on a Tuesday afternoon.
You can't make this shit up.
You can. You can.
It's true. It's in the show.
They made it up.
Okay, Iron-Blooded Orphans, episode 11. Human debris. As Mika engages the man roadies from Brewers, Takaki is knocked away from Akihiro and is taken hostage by an enemy unit who is revealed to be Masahiro, Akihiro's long-lost brother. Kudal, the pilot of the Gusion, orders everyone to retreat. Takaki is recovered but is in critical condition, and Masahiro gets chewed out by Kudal for letting the hostage be retrieved. Meanwhile, McGillis and Galileo arrive on Earth and meet with Isnario Farid, one of Gjallarhorn's 7 stars, and McGillis' father. They later head to the Bodwin estate so McGillis can meet with Almeria, his child bride-to-be. Gross! We learn that Toto was the one who hired Brewers to attack Tekadon and retrieve Kudelia. Back in space, Akihiro tells Orga and Mika about his brother, and the whole Tekadon leadership is brought in to support Akihiro. As this happens, Takaki wakes back up. Finally, Orga and Naze decide to strike back against the Brewers to show that they aren't a force to be reckoned with.
A lot happens in this one. Yeah, we get some other child soldiers. Finally, some child soldiers on both sides. Really, just so that we
finally, really bridging the gap.
The equation has been balanced.
Exactly.
There's an X on both sides of it now.
Yeah.
The X is however many child soldiers you have on each side.
Yeah.
X squared is when the child soldiers make babies, which is that's on the hammerhead. Yeah, exactly.
I like this sort of running theme of something really, really sick happening in the show, and the next episode begins by showing you how it happened.
Right, because we see the Isariba. This episode starts with the Isariba getting surrounded on all sides, and then like a huge white ship flies past, and it's like Barbatos like lodged in something.
Yeah, it's like a suit carrier ship.
Yeah. It's got boosters and shit. Like allows for like longer range space travel at much more efficiency. The way that like you probably can't get with like Barbatos's traditional thrusters. Mm-hmm. Mikazuki launches himself in Barbatos from it, and Yukinojo is left behind in the thing.
Yeah, he cannot pilot the ship at all.
Yeah, there's no like steering wheel where he's sitting, and it's so fucking funny because like Mikazuki like rolls up and is like, "All right, I'm here, ready to fight," and Akihiro is like, well, we'll get out of here, like you said, but what about that?" And, like the camera cuts to Yukinojo like screaming as the thing he's in like flies off into space.
It's so great. And he's like, we'll get him later.
Yeah, he's flying away from combat. We're fine.
Poor Yukinojo. So yeah, Akihiro and Takaki are retreating, but one tosses a smokescreen and like tries to sneak attack Mika, who just like fucking effortlessly like leans back in Barbatos and dodges, and like they realize like, oh shit, he has an AV just like we do.
He's got an Alaya banana.
Banana. We see inside their cockpit, and there's like a quick shot of the child soldiers. They all have the Alaya banana Porsche too.
Yeah.
And as Akihiro
Akihiro and Takaki are trying to beat Cheeks out of there, but a pervert with a snake tongue is behind them.
Yeah. And he's in this is not the same suit as the other guys.
No, this is purple.
It's like green and purple, but this is Gusion.
It's Piccolo.
This is So I don't know if you recognize the name Gushian, Sarah.
I'm guessing it's one of the 72 chambers.
There's a distinct possibility that this is named after the 11th demon in the Lesser Key of Solomon.
Yeah, gotcha.
But which is very funny. The second Gundam is
72
this frog thing.
72 Chambers is the Wu-Tang sequel album.
Yeah, exactly. And he has a Kirk hammer. I fucking love it. It rules. This is
big hammer.
Just
this guy,
big hammer.
This guy, I love this guy's design. I hate this character.
Yeah, he's good to look at, and then he does literally any action. I'm like, okay, go fuck off forever.
I want clowns in my anime. I do not want them to be such fucking shit.
Not like this.
Like I don't like this guy. Like another really prominent example is Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah. We don't need pervert clowns.
No, we don't need pervert clowns. Please give me a clown that is not a pervert.
Cannot be done.
I get. I mean, the guy in Skate the Infinity that was voiced by Kenta Miyake. That's a clown who's not a pervert.
Okay, we have one at least.
Skate the Infinity is so fucking good.
One's on our side. But like they're attacked, right? And Takaki is like dislodged from Akihiro, and he's like kind of crunched up in the mole worker, and he's retrieved. And we realize, oh, it's Masahiro. Akihiro's brothers retrieved Takaki. This will probably end up completely fine.
Mm-hmm. They Skype each other mid-battle.
And like they kind of realize they recognize each other eventually. At this point, Azzy and Lofter are flying in, and Akihiro's like, "Wait, shit! Don't!" Mika is also like having trouble fighting Kudal. But like Kudal is out of juice. Oh yeah, Kudal is the name of the gross lizard man, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Kudal Kadel.
Kudal Kadel. Fucking
fun name to say.
Yeah, fucking. God, every time I learn a character name in this show, I'm like, fucking might as well. Why not? God,
why not? Yeah. There is again. I think in season 2 there is like one of the best kind of names ever for a character. So we'll get there.
Cannot wait.
Kudal's out of gas, so he like fires.
It's gonna be a guy named Blorbo from my shows.
Yeah. Glupshido is a Gundam pilot.
Glupshido!
So all of the space pirates escape because they hit the retreat signal. Masahiro, they're able to like retrieve Takaki from Masahiro eventually, right? So Takaki is not taken by the pirates and they retrieve him. So they like all cut back to Isaribi and like shit's bad, right? Takaki, they get him out of the mobile worker, but like as soon as they unzip his normal suit, like just blood gushes out.
Like blood blorps out of his suit.
Yeah, it's 0G, so it really is a blorbo of blood. That's the unit of measurement we're going for.
Blorbo from my veins.
Like Kudelia walks in with the first aid kit.
I love this.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry to call my shot if we want to say something funnier, but I do love the satisfaction of saying something and doing, well, if nothing else, Max has got a great title for the podcast now.
No, genuinely, I heard you say that, and I'm like, that's probably gonna be the title.
I love saying that. I love that. I love those moments. Just like, oh, that's taken care of. Thank fuck.
Yeah, exactly. If nothing else, we got that. Kudelia walks in, like, we hear that they're sending a doctor over from the Hammerhead, but in the meantime, they have to do first aid. Kudelia walks in, and she, like, freezes when she sees all the blood, and Maribit, like, runs in and grabs it from her, and, like, she clearly knows what she's doing here. Like, she takes charge, and she tells everyone to, what to do, where to go. She's, like, CPR certified.
This is a really minor nit to pick, but I'm gonna pick it anyways. The way Kudelia hesitated here comes up later, and she, like, really admonishes herself for it, but, like, the hesitation was literally like a split second. Like there was no, I feel like we didn't like hold or whatever. And like, she just like pauses for a split second because like, oh fuck, there's Blorbo floating in the air. And then like, as in that split second of hesitation, Maribit like rushes in. And I don't mind Kudelia feeling worthless in the mode of just being like, oh god, another thing I couldn't fucking do. But it just feels like, I feel like they needed to let her be like halted for a moment longer or something.
That's the thing that's okay to be given pause by,
Right. Like, if, yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
And a lot of it, too, is compounded by Maribit is clearly, like, annoyed because there's no doctor on the ship. Like, the kids clearly are not equipped to handle something like this, so she's just, like, in a huff in general.
Mm-hmm.
And Kudelia just happens to kind of, like, take a bit of that.
Yeah.
But, regardless, Takaki he's stabilized. He's in, like, a fucking back-to-fluid, like, coffin, almost. It's
Yeah.
not like the thing Luke Skywalker gets put in. It's not a vertical tube. It's like
puts him in the fucking Raj Al Ghul pit. The
he gets put in the fucking Lazarus pit. Yeah.
So let me take a dip in that Lazarus pit.
What gets me about this is the way it's like this, nice, it's like this blue Gucci fluid, and it's like fluorescent-ish, but like only the sort of head section is uncovered. It's like when you get in a hot tub, but you don't take the cover fully off, you just flip it half off and are sitting in there awkwardly.
I was literally thinking the exact same fucking analogy.
He's in the fucking revival hot tub.
Yeah, of the M&M one. Takaki just like sinking into the fluid, like bumping M&M revival, like for healing purposes.
Yes, the acoustic waves are good for the bones.
Yeah. He needs to hear a man rapping about body limbs in order to heal his own.
Exactly. It's what the body needs.
Body needs body limbs.
Body limbs.
To Spider-Man.
To Spider-Man.
To Spider-Man.
Fucking hell. So yeah, like mentioned, Orga thanks Meribit for saving Takaki, and she immediately is like, hey, why the fuck do you not have a doctor on this ship? So that's something else that they need to take care of. We cut to the mess hall where like Atra is using like, it's either a paper plate or just a fan, because Yuki Nojo is like Mondo pukey right now after his fun rocket adventure.
Yeah. He's not having a good time. It's so funny.
He's having a rough time of it. And Mika shows up and, he tells them Takaki is fine. We cut immediately again to the other girls, Ozzy
and Ozzy, yeah.
Yeah, they're going over like the recovered battle data, and Laughter's like, oh, look at those roadies, they're so cute. And Ozzy's like, they're the enemy, they're not cute.
I love these two.
They have very fun dynamic. It's like the tall, quiet one and the short, bubbly one.
Yeah,
it's classic, and I love it. And Ozzy mentions that like the energy signature of the big one is most similar to Barbatos. What could this possibly mean?
Orga and Biscuit head to the bridge where Naze is Skyping with Brooke Kabayan, the leader
Brooke
of
Oglesby.
Brooke Ogleby. No, it's Brooke Ogleby.
Brooke Ogleby. Yeah.
Brooke Kabayan, the leader of the Brewers, yes, thank you. He's the leader of the Brewers. Another fat as shorthand for evil character, which sucks. Like this guy is like it's really just like it really feels like a line that they draw in the sand between like respectable fat and unrespectable fat. Like Biscuit is respectable fat, and this guy is just like gross, ugly fat. I will, however, say a point in his design favor is that like the contours of his face make like the sides of like sometimes when he like the shadows on his face look like a bullhorn basically because of the contours of his like his face, which I like a lot. I don't know if that was on purpose, but I think it's cool.
He's a bit Ganon with it.
A little bit.
Like, again, I don't like the whole, like, fat is evil, especially when, like you mentioned, Biscuit's, like, a very smooth fat character, and this is just, like, a very gruff,
This
ugly.
is a lumpy fat character.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. There are parts of it design that I quite like. He has like that sort of like mob boss space pirate energy to himself.
There are like I do like writ large. I do like this design. It's just the one big sticking point for me is the whole fat shorthand for evil thing. Other than that, I do quite like this design.
Yeah, I love that he has a necklace with this like a giant bee on it. Like you're badass if you have your first initial like as jewelry on your person. So Brooke's taunting them, of course. And afterwards, Naze talks to Orga about Takaki and Meribit. And yeah, Naze's like, yeah, she's right. You kind of do need a doctor on your ship. This is pretty bad, dude. But they talk about Brewers then, and they notice that like Brewers are more interested in Kudelia than the actual like cargo that a space pirate would normally steal. Mm-hmm. And they even said that like they would spare Tekadon and turbines if they hand over Kudelia. So like they're kind of drawing conclusions like these guys might have been hired by someone who wants Kudelia. It's the only we knew an organization who had a lot of money to hire these kinds of people who would want Kudelia. Anyways.
Yeah. We cut to the Gallarhorn orbital base. We see Ein still resolving to kill guilty kids. They're orbiting Earth. I
love Ein.
A couple other Gallarhorn guys show up and are being Mars races towards him. And they're like, oh, you're one of them is like, oh, you're disgracing the Farid name, the one of the 7 stars. But then he's like, no, actually, I report to Bodwin. And then he's like, Bodwin is also one of the 7 stars.
Another one of the 7 stars. Try again, dude.
And Ain's just like, thank you for teaching me a dumb country hick everything. And the guy just like storms off in a huff.
Uh-huh.
But all he wants to do is kill those boys.
He wants to kill guilty children. That's like Ain's singular character
All
trait.
he wants to do is kill those boys.
Children. I got a feeling he's definitely not the only one.
He's not the only, no. The Blowjob Brothers we cut to the Blowjob Brothers meeting with the Gallarhorn guy, Lord Isnario, as you mentioned.
Vingnolf, which is the name of like Gallarhorn's Earth base. Is this like a fucking like turbo yacht? It's like a weird like, I can't tell if it's a floating island.
It looks like Big Blue in F-Zero GX.
A little bit. It's clean and white and very fancy.
F-Zero GX,
and like
F-Zero GX is so good.
That game's so fucking good.
Nintendo, please.
Please, Captain Falcon's been dead in space for years. Bring him back. But yeah, the Blowjob Brothers are reporting to Isnario Farid, who is McGillis' father, in this like very big, imposing boardroom type area. And, you know, they're just giving him the report. Isnario asked McGillis if he's going to come home. McGillis is like, no, I can't. I have other duties. But like, and he like looks very like glum or sad about it. But we learn literally the next scene that he just like does not want to be with his family at all.
Yeah.
He's just like, nah, fuck that. Fuck my dad. I hate that guy.
Yeah, dad sucks.
Dad sucks. Instead, they go to the Bodwin estate.
The Baldwin palatial estate. And here's his kid sister, who is... The circumstances are awful, and I hate it, but this kid is so fucking cute. She calls McGillis Mackie.
Mackie!
And she's like, I'm a grown woman now. I learned how to brew tea. And then, which is really funny, because like 10 seconds later, we cut to a different scene, and like, she touches a boiling hot tea kettle, and is like, ow, it's hot. And then when a maid is like, what are you doing? She's like, I was just checking the temperature.
Damn, it's true.
She's so
it's
cute.
just like...
She looks like, what's her name? Ghost Girl from Pokemon.
Oh, fuck. Acerola.
Acerola, yes. I was thinking, the only thing that came to mind was Alola Mola. Or Aloma Lola? Is that what it actually is?
No, it's Alomomola, because it's like a palindrome.
It's a palindrome. God. Alomomola.
Alomomola. That's a good Pokemon,
yeah,
too.
But she looks like Acerola.
She's Acerola with it. I really don't like how like she jumps into McGillis' arms and he like grabs her and spins her around. It's like, damn, you're really not looking like you fucking hate this arranged political marriage, buddy.
No, no.
Don't openly be nice to her. God. But yeah, she's brewing tea. And Gaelio, first of all, I like that like Gaelio's dressing down. He's in like slacks and like,
yeah, he's chilling.
Like,
he's at home. He's just chilling.
He's at home. McGillis is actually
chilling.
still in his like fancy boy uniform. McGillis starts sort of like expositing to Gaelio about how Gallarhorn has all these seeds of corruption in it and gaps in its reach. We need to look at the bigger picture here. And they kind of deduce together that it's the current regime's fault that everything is like not so great with Gallarhorn. And McGillis says that he needs a powerful chess piece to shake everything up. And Galio's like, are you talking about Kudelia Aina Berenstain? And McGillis is like, yes, I am.
Before we cut away from this, Almira completely gets Baldwin's ass because she's very excited about her arranged marriage, which is, I guess when you're 13,
I'm sure for her it's exciting.
When you're 13, you don't really think about like how fucked up this shit is. You're like, wow, I'm getting married to a very handsome boy.
She's not even 13, is she?
No, she's younger than that.
I'm pretty sure she's 9.
When you're not, she's 9.
She's 9. Seems bad.
Man,
Yeah,
man.
Don't like it. Like,
she's very excited about her marriage, and then she like gets Baldwin's ass for not being in an arranged marriage, because every time an arranged marriage comes down the pipe for him, he has to go. He's like, oh, I gotta go duties. Oh, I gotta go do things. Bye.
Yeah. But
and it's like, listen, Almira, I know you're trying to get your brother's ass, but honey, you're doing a microaggression. He's gay.
Yeah. Honey, please.
Look at the way he twirls his hair. Are you kidding me? Yeah. You can't see?
I know. Like, and at one point, Gaelio has a line at McGillis where he's like, it's not too late to change your mind about marrying her. And I'm thinking, yes, I would also change my mind about marrying her. God.
Yeah,
God,
it's a really hard decision, honestly. The decision between marrying a 9-year-old and not marrying a 9-year-old.
Flip a coin. I mean, jeez.
God, I fucking hate this shit so much.
A lot of IBO is good despite fucking everything it tries to make you think about it.
Where does this... I don't need, like, real spoilers, but, like, does this, like, lead to something that is, like, narratively satisfying?
Yes.
Ooh, real sure on that one, huh?
Well, it's me trying to remember the
no,
next,
totally. Just
38 episodes of this show after having not seen them for years, but it progresses. There is more writing about this situation.
Okay.
But regardless, after this scene, we cut back to space. Kudeli is on Isaribi, and she's still like, again, all up in her head, mad at herself that she couldn't help Takaki.
Yep.
The kids, I love this. This shit's so cute. The kids come around with like a collection basket for Takaki. There's just like a bowl full of like cakes and creams and cookies and treats.
It's so nice.
It's so fucking cute. And Octra's like, well, hey, if you're feeling bad, like, come help us deliver this at Takaki. Helping him feel better might make you feel better too. It's nice. I just love like the naivete. It really shows you like, yes, these are just like straight up, 9-10-year-old kids on this.
These are literally just Among Us babies just born.
They're born.
They're Pickles, 4 years old. They just got signed napkin. They just got signed. They're Napkin. They're 4 years old. They just got signed to Pickles Records.
Signed to Pickle Records.
Yeah.
Things are not all well in space though, because on the Brewer ship, Kudal is being a horrible person.
He's beating the shit out of Masahiro, and while the other kids are being forced to watch. There's this scene that's like really unintentional comedy, I think, because like Kudal gets called to the bridge by a supervisor, and he like gives Masahiro one last kick, and it like in the 0G it just sends Masahiro like straight up at a 90-degree angle, like. Yeah.
It shouldn't be funny, but it is.
Yeah, just like anytime someone moves in zero gravity, it's always pretty funny to me.
It's like one of those things where you're with your partner and like they like trip, they like, bump themselves in a really funny way, and you're like, oh shit, are you okay? But also you're laughing your ass off because they just like beefed it in an incredibly comedic manner.
Right.
But yeah, like the Kudal heads out to meet with Brooke. And the boys are like talking about getting revenge for Pedro's death because Pedro was the boy that Mika like got with his Uchi back in space in the end of the last episode.
We see a kid who is we find out later after he dies that his name is Vito, but I just called him Nishinoya for all of my notes because he's got the hairspray. Yep.
Almost the exact same design. There's another boy part of this. I forget his name. The guy with like the little scar. I forgot.
I don't know his name either. Like the names we get Pedro, Masahiro, Vito, and I don't think any other names come out of this.
Aston is his name.
Aston. Okay, sure.
Yeah, we don't know his name yet, but like he has a facial scar and he survives these episodes, so clearly he's important. But yeah, like Masahiro is still kind of like in his head about all this though, because again, he just got reunited with his long lost brother, who is the enemy he's supposed to kill right now. So. Back on the Isaribi, we're cutting back and forth. Akihiro's like looking
I do really like the parallel that they. I do really like this parallel of Vito being like before Masahiro tells the other kids, I think, about his brother or something. Like he's going to say something, and then Vito rolls up and it's like, God, I fucking hate those guys. Like he's so mad about Mikazuki killing Pedro. And then we cut straight from that to Akihiro silently watching over the unconscious Takaki, and I think that's a nice little parallel.
Yeah, it's cinematography. But yeah, Akihiro's looking at Takaki, and he's like sort of talking. He's like he's being punished for what he's done, and Orga and Mika are here, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I made this call.
Yeah, he talks about his brother and everything like that, and he feels bad because he was having almost a good time with Tekadon. He has a family now, and like he forgot all about his brother. He's been getting
rowdy with the boys. He's been saying shit like "for my comrades" and everything, but he was having so much fun that he forgot he was trash. And human debris can't have fun, which is why he's being punished in his mind. And Orga says, "Well, if it's because it was too much fun, that's my fault, not yours, bro. Dudes rock."
Yeah, dudes rock, and he gets he gets all of the rocking dudes here they're like, hey, any brother of Akihiro's is a brother of Tekadon, so they're all gonna kind of like try and help them reunite.
Yeah,
very nice.
Everything's gonna go great.
And Takaki wakes up from this, and he's like, can you guys shut the fuck up? I'm trying to sleep. I have the holes in my body.
I'm sleeping in the hot tub.
I have Bacta fluid all up in me right now. Please be quiet, boys.
The Nirvana baby is in here.
I keep on getting poked by the fishing rod with the dollar.
Yeah.
There's a cat chasing his frog in here. And yeah,
there's a Chaos Emerald floating around in here. Something looks like eyes. I really don't know what's going on, but
this still fucks me up that Big the Cat was voiced by John St. John.
Truly one of the funniest voice castings to ever happen.
And as the final song plays, Orphans no Namida, Orga's talking with Naze about the fight, and they both kind of agree, like, yeah, we're not going to let this go. Like, they might come back to get us, but, like, we're going to have to be ready to fight them once more. Mm-hmm. Fuck these pirates.
And that brings us to episode 12. The Shoals. With the brewers on their asses, Tekadon and the Turbines head into the debris field, where they'll be able to get a more fair fight. They suspect that someone has loose lips, since there's really no other way that the brewers would know the flight plan. Meanwhile, on the brewers' ship, the remaining human debris commiserate over the death of their comrade and worry about what comes after death. In the fight in the debris field, Tekadon and the Turbines manage to get the drop on their ambushers, but as Akihiro attempts to bring Masahiro over to Tekadon with him, Masahiro instead shoves him out of the way of Kudel's hammer at the last moment, saving Akihiro by sacrificing himself.
Oof. That shit hurted. God, yeah. Iron-Blooded Orphans is the type of show to reintroduce a character's long-lost brother and fucking beef him 2 episodes later.
Yeah. Yeah. So we start with the same combo that happened at the end of the last episode, just like the exact, like, no, it's not doing the thing where it's like, hey, here's it from a different perspective. It's just the same thing.
Yep.
And we cut to Takaki like in the juice, being like, what the fuck am I doing sitting on my ass during a time like this? And who's there? It's Maribit and
I think it's just Maribit.
Yeah, Maribit's like, and it's, you almost died.
You have holes in your body, dude.
You have so many holes.
Clam down. Recover 1/8 of your HP every turn with your leftovers until you're ready to fight again.
Please clam your mind and increase your special attack and special defense by 1.
Learn from Primarina.
Well,
she got some kills.
She did get some kills. She put in work. She worked hard. She got hers. She also experienced homophobia.
Yeah, very, very sad. Very sad. Hate to see it. So Naze talks with the gang. I love that we reference like this league that we're in and like a small portion of the audience is in. No one knows why we're talking about these very specific Pokemon moments.
Right.
You had to be there. Join Roy League if you're friends of ours.
Fucking join Roy League. I'm not going to be there next season, so there's a spot opening up.
Yeah, someone has to take care of Frostmoth.
Yeah, Lord knows I fucking have, and I've thrown her into the fucking waste bin twice now.
Throw her into booge hell.
Telling Frostmoth that I love her in a gay way, and then she gets sent to super hell as a result.
Real Castiel moments. So Naze's talking with the gang.
Anyways.
There we go. Okay. We're tracking brewers. They said they can't find them. But only Tewas should know like the route that they're taking around here. So there must be some sort of rat leaking this information on how brewers are able to like, track Tekadon down and fight them inside the gaps in the field.
They mentioned that the organization of Tewas is too big to be monitored, which is very similar to the problems that the Blowjob brothers were talking about with Gellerhorn last episode, where there's like corruption in the far fringes that they really can't keep an eye on.
Parallels.
Pairing Lels.
And Amida has a plan. She has an idea. She's going to be in charge of this next operation here because she knows what to do. We cut over to the brewer's ship real quick. Masahiro is like looking at the suits and he kind of thinks to himself that like, it's too late, Akihiro. I guess, referencing it's too late for them to be reunited and to become brothers again. They're 2 different circumstances in their lives have drawn them apart.
Yep. They also, back on Gellerhorn, they also say that like they really can't change course at this point, so they might as well go dick first into their trap with that they feel has been set with a plan.
Mm-hmm. This plan fucking rules.
This plan is so good. I love, listen, any plan that, like, I know I bemoaned last week the only way out is through shit, but also, like, anytime the plan is like, no, we need to intentionally set this trap off and then set a bigger trap for them. I love that shit. We get the OP, and is this the last time we get Raise Your Flag? Is the new one next episode?
I think it actually is. Let's see. G Taketsu, Season 1, opening. Okay, episode 13 has Raise Your Flag, but then we'll get Survivor in the next two. Blue and Count.
Blue and Count.
Like Encounter, just without the at the
end.
Sure.
That's
the only one. I recognize the other three OP.
Let me see.
But not Blue and Count.
Banana Fish, Ahiru no Sora. They did a Hero Aka OP.
What? That must have been one of the more recent ones. I don't remember them doing
that
one.
would be Polaris.
Oh, okay.
From season 4. Yeah, that's fucking... God, Polaris fucks.
My favorite Hero Aka OP is...
Sora Niu Taiba?
Make My Story.
Make My Story's a really good one. Make My Story definitely up there for me. To give to give a back of the napkin OP ranking of the ones that I've encountered, it's definitely going to be like Sora Niu Taiba, then Make My Story, then probably Polaris. No, not Polaris. The second one that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. Then Polaris, then Odd Future, and then The Day, I think, is my order.
Yeah, The Day's definitely at the bottom of mine as well.
Yeah. What is OP2? I fucking love that one. I had like multiple Spotify
remember
photos.
Either. It's been so long since I've watched it.
Man, I remember when we used to... Peace Sign. That one, yeah, Peace Sign. Fucking good.
Yeah.
I miss liking Hero Aka.
I know, right?
It's not that it got bad. It just like I finished watching the Kirishima episode in the mob hideout raid arc, and I was like, well, that's really the peak of what I remember reading in the manga. Like,
nowhere to go but down.
That's my special baby boy, and I guess the rest of it's the Midoriya show. So I guess we're just
honestly, I get my Hero Aka like updates whenever I visit home and like talk to my sister because she still reads it. So I have to say, hey Maddie, what happened?
Is it good?
That's how I engage with it now.
Is it good? Does Maddie like it?
She likes it. Oh yeah, she loves it.
Hell yeah. Who's her favorite? Who's her favorite guy?
I think Dobby's her favorite.
Dobby's kind of sick. Dobby's nice with it. I was always a much more... my favorite character was always the much more obscure Kendo. Orange hair, big hand.
I mean, my favorite hero was Annie Voice, just because, come on.
Annie Voice?
Look at him. He's the guy who looks like he's made of rocks who talks to
animals.
Yes.
Yeah, I love him so much.
He's just a nice little guy.
Kendo's power is so fucking funny to me.
I know.
It's the jackass high five.
It's the high five. Exactly.
Fucking Kendo asking Monoma to like carry a tray of soup into the kitchen. Sorry, this is the wrong anime talking about.
So anyway, this trap. Before we hear about the trap, first, we just get some Ahab wave lore dump. They create gravity. That's how ships who have Ahab waves can have gravity in them. Mm-hmm. And after the Calamity War, just a bunch of them kind of clump together and like create this gravity field that just sucks in debris, which is why we have this like, fucked up nasty shoal zone. What they're going to do is they're going to send Mika and Lofter out ahead in like scout form. To make them think that the big ships will be close behind, when in reality, the East Ruby and the Hammerhead are going to like do a semicircle around them to like T-bone the Brewers ships as like a complete surprise, which is a pretty fucking sick plan.
Yeah, it's fucking epic.
It's fucking epic. But as they like get ready for it, Atra and Kudelia run up and they give Mika a fancy lunch because he has to eat nice for the battle. And it's it's nice. Like Atra's like, we made it together, and Kudele's like, Atra's the cook. I only barely helped. Yeah, it's cute. He likes it. He gets a nice sandwich.
It's lunch from his two girlfriends.
And yes, they smoke weed.
God, just Atra and Kudelia just fucking smoking that loud pack in the kitchen,
just slamming doinks. Oh god.
The thing is that I do love to entertain the exercise of what if this character smoked weed, but I think Atra and Kudelia might be the two least likely people in the entirety of Tekkadan to smoke weed.
They will never smoke a weed. Never, ever,
Now,
ever.
Fumitan, on the other hand...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fumitan's got like a fucking sick vape rig back home.
They should call her Fumiton with the fucking cloud she's blasting.
Let's go! Fumitan!
The only problem is, you can't write that any differently.
I mean,
It's a medium that only works through audio, so the listeners have to listen to get this good
they're not
joke.
they're not gonna get the Fumitan joke if they don't listen to this point in the episode.
Hey, fucking Blorbo from my blood is still really fucking good.
Blorbo from my veins.
Blorbo from my veins. Okay, we get a little scene in the brewer ship as well. The human debris there are eating their energy bars.
Yeah, they're
have an
eating
extra
their
bar.
meal stick, and like that we get like a nice little reminder that the staff like literally just does not give a shit about them. Like one of them died, and they were just like, okay, well we brought the 5th stick anyways because we didn't even fucking know that one of you guys died.
Yeah. Oh, Pedro, whatever. You can split this Cliff Bar.
Yeah,
whatever, guys.
you can split this Canadian coffee bar. Fuck, I could go for a coffee bar right now. But one of the kids is like, oh, maybe Pedro was reborn, you know? Like, sometimes when people, there's some religions that think, like, when people die, they're reborn. And then Masahiro is like, that's for humans, right? We're debris.
Yeah, Masahiro's he's really on one this week.
Yep.
I mean, I say this week as if we weren't just introduced to him, but, like, this episode, he goes really fucking, like...
He's depressed.
He has depression, this poor kid.
Yeah. Kudel walks in while they're talking about, like, rebirth, and he's like, you want to be reborn now? And, like...
We'll begin.
This show is committing an act of violence to me by making a guy who sucks this much have tiger pants.
Yeah, I know. This is, like... This is the crime against Sarah specifically.
Right. Like, a clown that's clown in tiger pants, great, and he sucks. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you for this delicious looking sandwich that actually like the core ingredient was just a turd.
Yeah, there's a rock in the middle of it.
Yeah, just
bite down. So Mika and Laughter are flying ahead. The plan is like beginning. As they're flying, he's like eating a sandwich and he's practicing writing. He's writing tunnel on his screen in the dub. It's cute. I like it. I like that he's still, finding time for edumacation.
Yeah, it's so cute.
We get another cute scene right afterwards where Orga tells Eugene to pilot because he's the only one who can pilot the ship this well.
Yeah, it has to be him at crucial times. Fucking gay ass.
Did you notice this? I think this might be the first time we actually see it. Eugene pilots the ship with the AV system.
Oh, I didn't, but like I'd wondered why he doesn't wear his jacket when he pilots. That does make sense, yeah.
Yeah, we like see it for like a split second as like we like leave this scene. But yeah, he's like hooked up. So like he is piloting the ship by his fucking like brainwaves, which is really sick. Like a mobile suit's one thing, but an entire like hunk of metal, like damn Eugene, go off. Brewers fall for the trap, like hook, line, and sinker. The man roadies are sent out and they're like attacking them. And like Mika picks up Masahiro's signal so he knows to like go easy on him, not kill him, so Akihiro can meet with him. And Brooke is like,
sorry. One last thing before we get into this. Just the Kudelia is very worried, but Atra holds her hands about it, and it's just it's nice. I cannot let any of these homosexual moments pass by.
Nope, absolutely not. So yeah, and like this is when Brooke is like, where the fuck are those ships? And he like looks 90 degrees to the left and is like, hey, why is there a signal there? This rules. And Naze's like, this is why the ship's called the Hammerhead. And sure enough, it just fucking rams with that big old like metal. It's just pure metal in the front of that ship. I love that it's just like, this is epic. A functional Hammerhead.
It's epic. There's
no
two ways about it.
of Lorenzini in this thing. This is just pure metal.
Yep.
The Isaribi like fire some like bolt anchors that latch onto Brooke's ship as like the mobile workers infiltrate. And Brooke tells Kudal they can still win as long as they get Kudelia. So Kudel's out in the Gusion. Orga, Akihiro's like, I forget what prompts this, but he's sort of like in his head again about being human debris. And Orga's like, hey, no, you're family. Like we're all space rats. We all had like these like, rough origins, but like we can change the future together despite our past. It's nice.
Yeah.
Orga's a good, like, what's the word I'm thinking of? Motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as he flies out, Amida and Ozzy are like giving him backup so he can go get Masahiro without being like shot down.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yep. So Brooke sends Kudal out and is like, "This is a job for Gjallarhorn. We need their support on this one." So that they're just saying what we knew, what we as the audience could have pieced together. Orga,
I think
before, sorry, my notes got so.
No, you're good.
Kadal Joker comes in to take some swings at the Isaribi is my next note.
Yeah, so this is fucking crazy. Like, we know the Gusion is, like, a really chunky, bulky suit, but, like, it has missiles that can damage an entire ship. Like, it flies and just, like, starts blasting it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's impressive. So, you know, of course, Mika gives chase, because you gotta fight a Gundam with a Gundam.
Yep. Mikazuki fucking does a spin move and just craters one of the Grazes and one of the human debris kids in it.
Yeah, brutal.
Yeah, we see the kid just like turn into we don't know this kid's name, but we do see him turn into a fine red paste.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what this kid's name was. He's no longer.
Yeah, his name does not matter. He is now paste.
Yeah, Brewer's Human Debris 1 is now dead.
Snowden's secret: if you crush a body between 10,000 pounds of force, they will die.
I am nodding. So at this point, Akihiro is able to, like, reunite with Masahiro, and he just, like, flies up and just, like, hugs him. He, like, bear hugs him.
He, like, throws his gun away and just goes in for the bear hug.
Yeah. And I gotta say, the Man Readies are a very huggable suit. Just perfectly round shape for hugs.
Yeah.
And Masahiro, like, is like, this isn't that good of a reunion, right? Because Masahiro is lamenting that even if he abandons everything with Akihiro, like, we're gonna die eventually. We're human debris. We don't have peace. We don't deserve anything like this. Like, we don't get a family. We just die in space like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
This poor fucking kid.
He's got depression.
And Akihiro is telling him, like, no, like, we found Tekadon. Like, people treat us like, you can
like,
join the family. They're waiting to meet you.
He's like, bro, I've been where you are right now. I even gave up on you, but people treated me as a human. I found a family. And while this happens, Vito is like, I'm gonna get my revenge for Pedro, and Mikazuki does a spin move again and just crushes him to death.
Domed.
Yep.
And, like, poor Masahiro, he's starting to, like, laugh at this. He's like, we don't have family. He's like, Akihiro, you were having fun while I was waiting for you, and you abandoned me?
You abandoned your boy?
You abandoned your boy, Griffin McElroy? And, like, it fucking sucks. Like, Masahiro's not having a good one.
Griffin Makihiro.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Pretty fucking good.
Thank you.
Like, Mika's still facing Kudal, and he sees that, he sees that, like, Akihiro and Masahiro are, like, entwined, and he's like, oh, I can use this. And he flies over, and, like, Masahiro is now holding Akihiro still. And he's like, I'm going to show you, human debris don't get resurrected. This is the fate of all human debris. And he pushes Akihiro away at the very last moment as Kudal just fucking craters him with the hammer.
Yeah, just gone. And Akihiro screams for Masahiro, and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, it fucking... And, like, as this happens, like, Akihiro sees it as young Akihiro being pushed away by young Masahiro, too. It's like back when they were kids being separated.
Yes.
Fuck. God, it sucks. It hurts. It's so sad. Hopefully next week we get some fucking revenge and comeuppance.
Yeah, I love to experience revenge. you know that classic phrase that they say when you seek revenge, you only need to dig one grave because you're just gonna bury the one person you kill.
Yeah, you're gonna be successful in your journey. Last episodes, and before we close out the show, we got a nice, fun Beyond Toon World this week.
You're going to love this. Trust me. Beyond Toon World!
Hell yeah, I got told that I can take a breather on this one, so I'm not fucking doing shit.
I usually just do one a week. I like doing two now.
But this was a big one, yeah?
Yeah, this is a bigger one, because I was like, okay, I want to do a character that we're not going to see ever again. So I wanted to look at Kudal's voice, I wanted to look at Brooke's voice, I wanted to look at Masahiro's voice. And this is in the dub. And I looked at Masahiro's voice, and I'm like, no fucking way. You might recognize this voice actor because Masahiro Otland was voiced by Chris Hackney. You may not know the name, but you'll know his works.
I'm excited.
Born November.
I'm excited to know him.
Yeah, born November 3rd, 1982. Chris Hackney. He's been active since like about 2000.
Mm-hmm.
He voiced Kakeru Ozora in the Sailor Moon S movie. In 2004's Gundam Seed, he voiced Athrun Zala, who is like one of, I think, the 3 main characters of Gundam Seed.
Okay, so a Gundam vet.
Yeah. He was Vito in One Piece. That was 2004. 2009, Naruto Shippuden. He was Ashura Otsutsuki. Cut to 2015, Gundam The Origin. He's Yuki, who is like he's an Origin only character. I forget what exactly he does. I don't remember much about The Origin. 2015, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay.
He's Father Styx, and
Father
the name.
Styx?
I mean, obviously Styx, the band, but
right.
Father Styx is the guy.
Hold on, is Father Styx the guy who's the mentor of the two guys that Dio beats the shit out of in part 1? No, he's not. Who is he?
He is such a bit part. He's the priest who finds Dio's coffin on the boat at the very end of Phantom.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, why not? Araki just wanted to name a guy after Styx, sure. Obviously, 2016 Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans, he's Masahiro. 2016's One Punch Man, he was Stinger, and he's Stinger in the games and the season 2 and all that. Mob Psycho 100, he is Mameta Inugawa, Akagi, and Takeshi Hoshino. I don't remember any of those characters. I think Mameta is actually one of a more important character. He's
Mameta's just one of Mameta is the guy, like the school, the guy who's like in club with Mob, the shortest one with the middle part.
Yeah, okay.
Who else was he?
Akagi and Takeshi Hoshino. I don't know. I just wrote the names down.
Akagi. I don't know. That's a very minor character.
BehindTheVoiceActors.com. Thanks for this one. I don't remember these guys though.
Anyways, keep going.
In the 2017 Dragon Ball Super dub, he's Son Gohan.
Okay.
We like Gohan.
I enjoy him.
He's Joachim in 2017's Berserk. In 2017's Fire Emblem Echoes, he's a character named Bowie, which is just a funny name. And I like writing down the character names that are just complete batshit, because in 2018's Bungo Stray Dogs, he was a character called Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald. Sure.
I genuinely, I so often forget that Bungo Stray Dogs is doing Fate.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Francis Scott Key Fitzgerald?
Yeah, that's two different names smashed together, I do believe. Because there was Francis Scott Key and there was F. Scott Fitzgerald, right?
Yeah, Francis Scott Key did the national anthem. F. Scott Fitzgerald was, a novelist.
That was Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
2018's Detective Pikachu. Yeah?
That was Great Gatsby. I thought that was Hemingway.
Yeah, that was Gatsby.
Yeah.
2018's Detective Pikachu. He was Keith Norman. I wrote Keith Normal accidentally.
Keith Normal?
Might as well. Everyone looks like a fucking knockoff Pixar character in that game. 2018's Boruto. He was Ichirota Oniyuzu. In 2018's Mega Man 11, he was Otto and he was Blast Man.
Okay.
I like Otto. He's a fun robot. This is wow, God, my throat is so scratchy right now. Hold on.
I've been clearing my throat a lot. What's this guy's name again?
Chris Hackney. This is the one that everyone knows him from, because in 2019's Fire Emblem Three Houses, he is everyone's favorite sicko, Dmitry Alexander Bladed.
I'm aware of him loosely.
He's Dmitry. We like Dmitry. He's my favorite of the three main characters because he's a fucking lunatic.
I know. I know very little about those characters, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it's
I'm still very early on. I'm looking at some of his other gaming. I'm looking at some of his other gamer roles to see if there's just anything that I recognize.
If you see something, by all means.
Renju Okura in AI: The Somnium Files. That's fun.
Okay, yeah. In 2020, well, actually, I got a couple more actually. 2019 Pokemon Vasters. He's Volkner, the Electric Gym Leader from Gen 4. He is the main player male voice in Code Vein 2019. He is Giaco in Golden Wind, JoJo's funny Iceman.
Oh, he's Iceman.
He's Iceman. In Pokemon Twilight Wings, the sort of YouTube OVA, he voiced a Lycanroc. He voiced Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and he voiced Avery, the weird psychic gym leader in training from the DLC.
That fucking, I was about to call him 6 slurs strung together, but I feel like that's, even if they are slurs that I can reclaim, I feel like that would not be great radio for your podcast.
In 2020's
Avery Pokemon is Avery Pokemon is a character that I really appreciate, because that is a character that you can call any gendered or sexuality related slur, and it would be A, correct, and B, not offensive. The same way it's never racist to be mean to Italians.
Exactly.
Like, you can call this man whatever you want, and you will be right, and it will not be offensive.
Yep, exactly. In 2020, Jujutsu Kaisen's dub, he voiced Haruto Shigemo.
Shigemo?
Haruto Shigemo.
Who the I've seen, like, every episode of that first season, like, 4 times. Oh, that guy. Okay, I forgot about this guy. This guy doesn't
Haruto
fucking
Shigemo.
Exist. This guy doesn't fucking exist.
Yeah.
He exists,
yeah,
but,
whatever.
like, that's a...
Fuck this guy. Who cares?
Yeah.
2021's dub of Kuroko Basketball, he's Kensuke Fukui.
Kensuke Fukui? I don't think I know that guy.
I like that I bring up the ones that the anime I know that you've watched.
Oh, no, I do know this guy. This guy is just a fucking 2-bit chicken McNobody.
Hell yeah.
He, like the thing you have to know about Kuroko no Basuke is that there's the Generation of Miracles, and all of them went to a different team, and all of them have, like, one boy attached to them on their team, so that's, like, on every team you know the Generation of Miracle player and, like, their boy, and then maybe a third one, and, like, Kensuke Fukui is, like, the fourth stringer in guy you know on that team.
Of course.
Very forgettable type of guy.
Yeah. A couple more roles in 2021. Shin Megami Tensei 3, like, modern dub. He's the Black Rider and Trumpeter. Fucking wretched bosses. He is Yuito Sumeragi in Scarlet Nexus. I hear that game is fun? ?
Yeah, I'm told.
In Pokemon Evolutions 2021, he's N, my second favorite Pokemon character, who's just a funny guy with a funny Rubik's Cube. And I guess, like, most recently, most notably, in Shin Megami Tensei 5, he's Finn McCool, who's, like, some Irish mythological legend warrior guy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's cool. His name is Finn McCool, but it's spelled Fionn Mac-Cumhale, so that's something.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. So that's Chris Hackney. He's gotten, like, a lot more work more recently than his previous works, but, you know, he's got it.
Yeah.
He's a pretty, like, recognizable voice, I'd say. Less so for this one, because he's not really, like... You know, I know his Dimitri voice, and I know the characters that sound like Dimitri, but, you know, I didn't recognize him from Masahiro. But still, he's got a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Toon World.
That's Beyond Toon World. And now, Max, I have to ask you, who is the Robot of the Week?
Yes. My Robot of the Week, Sarah. I've been playing a wonderful little game called Elden Ring.
Is it the pot friend?
And... I'm not going to say the pot friend. I don't know what the fuck the deal with the pot friend is. Who knows? Alexander's a mystery.
I know literally nothing about Elden Ring at this point. It's honestly kind of blissful to know this little, but it's also very funny to, like, have, like, so this is the first Souls game in, like, a while that I have been around for this is the first Souls game since I got into the games that I've been around for the release for and not playing on release. Like, I came to Souls game, like, maybe around when Bloodborne came out, maybe a little bit later.
Yeah, sure.
And so, like, I had Dark Souls 3 on release date, I had Sekiro on release date, and now it's just like, I'm watching everyone else complaining and be like, oh, I fucking hate this boss, and I'm like, I just, like, look at that, and I'm like, well, I'm sure I could handle it in 1 or 2 tries.
You just type the who emoji?
No, it's not even that, it's just, like, my smug brain is like, I'm sure I could handle that guy in, like, 1 or 2 tries.
Margit the Fell Omen, yeah, I could first try that guy.
Yeah. I also, I really hate everyone talking about Godric, because similar to gridlock, it's a word that I have to read multiple times to make sure that I'm not, like, because, like, on multiple occasions, I've just been skimming my timeline and seeing, like, why the fuck is this person talking about girl dick? Okay. Elden Ring, got it. Godric. Okay.
It's Girl Dick the Grafted. I mean, it's a fucking cool boss, but regardless, I'm gonna do a more sort of vague robot this time, because throughout the world you find these weird, like, they're like stone giants who look like they're powered by some sort of furnace on the inside. And their weak points are their ankles and their wrists, which is, like, where, like, the fire, like, exhaust ports kind of are. I don't know what they're even called. I'm just gonna call them, like, furnace giants, but that's my robot of the week. They fucking rule, and there's one part where you have to, like, run across a bridge as one is just trying to, like, snipe you to death, and it fucking rules. God.
Hell yeah.
Sarah, I can't wait for you to play Elden Ring. It's so good.
I'm gonna get there in time. I've been sinking my time into an equally deep and expansive game of Vampire Survivors lately.
Hell yeah.
Which is, it feels like a Flash game from 2007, and I mean that in the best way possible.
Oh yeah, that is a term of endearment where we come from.
Yeah. It's good. $3 on Steam right now, early access. It's great. Cannot recommend it enough.
Hell yeah. That's our official endorsement.
Yeah.
Sarah, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA. My flagship podcast, Fear Baiting, is back on hiatus, sadly, because of reasons. But I've got other podcasts I'm doing, such as, there's this one. There's also Forward ReZero, the ReZero Watch podcast that I do with my girlfriend and our friend, and also original host of 0079 Morgue. And you can also see other stuff. I mean, Fear Baiting's got a whole bunch of episodes you can listen to. The Special Grid Snacks, that movie's coming out in like a week and a half. I gotta fucking figure out how I'm gonna watch that one. The Wonder Years, Henry Kissinger's Pokemon Going to Die, two podcasts that I've not updated in a while, but I think they're good. Well, I don't know how listenable the Henry Kissinger episodes are, considering that was like a current event politics podcast, but I'm sure there's some funny stuff in there.
Yeah.
Wonder Years, Animorphs podcast. I think that's everything. Yeah, that's me.
Cool. Righteous. I'm Max. You can go to Twitter at MaxyBajillion to find me. In addition to this show, you can go to Pod Agreed, world's #1 Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, sponsored by Capcorp. We're, I think, only halfway through season 3 now, but we met the most gender character in the world.
What's their name?
Okay, oh my god, Sarah, it's Yubel, Yubel. You gotta see this shit. Yubel is, like, the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
This is a Guilty Gear boss.
Yeah, a little bit. You're thinking of Rugal from fucking...
Yeah, it feels a little bit Rugal. Like, it's Rugal mixed with Dizzy from Guilty Gear. And also, obviously, Merrick and Malik. Were Merrick and Malik the same character? Was that the same thing, just a translation thing?
Yeah, no. Merrick was what 4 kids, the cowards that they are in a post 9/11 world, localized his name to Merrick from Malik because scary Middle East.
Why? Like, Merrick is like, to me, I mean, I'm sure, like... This just speaks to, like neither of those names seem particularly more Middle Eastern than the other to me. I mean, that's probably just me not knowing. Like, that's probably just me not knowing the etymology of like Egyptian names. But
yeah, like
I mean, if you're changing it for the sake of like 8-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, more egregious than changing Malik to Merrick is them changing Rashid to Odeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Yu-Gi-Oh's fucking good. Watch GX. And you can also go to Slappers Only Pod on Twitter to listen to Slappers Only, a video game music showdown podcast I do with my friend Jordan. By the time this episode comes out, our episode on Super Mario Odyssey should be up, which means our next episode will be on Donkey Kong Country. Hopefully, we won't fuck it up and it won't become our lost episode for the second time. Who knows? Only time will tell.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. And you can also go to noisepace.xyz to listen to all of our podcasts and many, many more. Thank you, Matt GameCube. They did surgery on a GameCube. He's doing fine, folks. Send him your energy. God, I am jealous of Canada's healthcare compared to America's.
I'm so glad that Matt's okay. I've been very worried about Matt.
Yeah, we've all been very worried about Matt, and I'm very, very glad to hear. I love to see Matt tweet, "I lived, bitch."
Yeah, so
very good.
You know what? Bandcamp had to wait until that man was under the knife to pull that dastardly.
Yeah, that's
Epic.
The only way they could have done that fucked up merger.
Right?
God,
anything else? He would. The only reason he didn't stop it is because he was under sedation at the time.
Exactly. Yeah, he would have fucking sprung out of the operating table. And
Matt shaped hole in the wall with like entrails like on the floor, like leading a breadcrumb trail to him.
I think he is just full of GameCube discs.
He is just.
That's his spine. And also twitter.com/WildCoolPodcast to find this show. Join our Discord. Come hang out. A lot of Gunpla talk is fun. I'm building Barbatorus. I should be posting images of that soon. And hell, that'll do it. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Sarah, for yet another banger episode.
Yeah. Until next time, Max, has anyone ever told you that war is bad?
If someone told me that, all I could possibly choose to say in response is, "Wow, cool robot."
Bye.
Bye.